Well, they say you only get one chance to make a great first impression. And as the world continues to reopen, you're likely going to meet a lot of new faces. So joining us with how to put others at ease and build strong connections is Eric Ritmeyer. He's a former Marine and an author of The Emotional Marine. Good morning, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us.
Stacy, good morning. Thank you for having me. Marine and author don't go together, do they?
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Now, you have 5 steps to make the best first impression, and your first is very interesting. Tell us about mastering the art of gossip.
Yeah, when you hear the word gossip, you automatically think of negative gossip, right? And normally gossip is negative, but there's a way to make it positive. When we talk about other people, the very first thing they do is they start to associate those same things we're saying to us personally. So if we can say positive things about other people, it automatically makes us seem more positive to that person. And it's a great way to make connections, to say nice things about other people behind their backs.
Yeah, I love it. Now, let's talk about effective presence. What does that mean?
Yeah, effective presence, I like it to, Stacy, I call this like your emotional signature. It's how you make somebody feel. So people with positive, effective presence are very good at making other people feel good about themselves. It's like when you meet somebody and they leave the room and you're like, I don't know what it is about that person. They're a great person. They make me feel good. That's called positive, effective presence. It's the way we make others feel about themselves.
It's like that saying, it's not what people say, it's about how they make you feel, right?
Exactamundo. I love that.
Now, let's talk about the importance of connection.
Yeah, so when we meet people, we're so worried about the impression we're putting on them. We should be focusing on making connections with them as opposed to making an impression. I use an acronym. I call this the FROM acronym. It's family, recreation, occupation, motivation. When you meet somebody, try to find something you have common ground on amongst one of those things. It's going to be an instant connection. You're going to make great friendships.
Now, your next tip is to remove the walls. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, when we get in these conversations, Stacey, we meet somebody, both people try to not be the true person we are or worried what they're going to think. I refer to this as, look, when you meet somebody, and this sounds a little crazy to say, and people laugh when I say this, but when you meet somebody, almost view them like you're viewing a baby in a crib, like you talk to a baby in a crib with your facial expressions. Let the walls down. Just be vulnerable. Don't talk about having stinky feet or slobbering when you sleep, but be vulnerable with the person, right? We're just human, that's all.
Yeah, it's best to just be yourself, right?
Absolutely.
Now, any advice on compliments?
Yeah, this is a difficult one, too. Number one, we have a difficult time giving compliments, and I think a lot of times it's because we don't know how the person's going to take the compliment. They might be like, oh, that was weird, right? But also we have to get better at receiving compliments. A lot of times we get uncomfortable receiving them because what people say about us creates what we call cognitive dissonance. We don't see that in ourselves. So when somebody tells me I have amazing hair, I'm like, I don't know. It just creates some kind of dissonance in my head. But we got to get a lot better at that. Everybody loves compliments. It makes you feel good.
Well, Eric, I love your spirit, and these tips are awesome. Where can our viewers find these tips and more information on your book, The Emotional Marine?
You're the best, Stacey. Thank you. My website's best. It's mentaltoughnesspeaker.com. Then you go directly to my book website, emotionalmarine.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Eric. You take care.
You have a great day, Stacey. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, still ahead on 7 News at 9 a.m.